I don't know if you can relate, but basically, every time I learn a new foreign language, I'm trying to see if the same punctuation rules work. And a lot of times they don't, and sometimes they do. So here's this video about a few ways in which the rules between English and Russian differ greatly. So I hope you enjoy it.
Number one, indirect speech. So in English, whenever we say something like, he told me that he is late, that is indirect speech. So in Russian, this sentence would sound like this. Он мне сказал, что, and I'm going to leave a little blank space here, что он опаздывает. All right. So the really important thing, the key thing here is that in Russian, we have to put a comma. We have to put a comma whenever we introduce this indirect speech piece. All right. And in English, we don't. In English, if you were to put a comma before that, I mean, all the English professors and teachers will probably have their eyes, they'll probably start twitching whenever they see something like this. So in English, that is a no-go. Moving on, whenever there's a sentence that introduces hope, desire, or wish, so for example, when you say something like, I hope that everything is fine. In Russian, you would say, Я надеюсь, что все хорошо. Or you would say, я надеюсь, что все нормально. Or, there's obviously so many different ways to say the same exact thing. So let's say, я надеюсь, blank space, что все хорошо. Okay, so once again, in Russian, you have to put a comma before you introduce this piece right here. The other thing I was going to say is sometimes the sentence doesn't need to have the I. The sentence can be just like надеюсь у тебя все хорошо, for example. Hope that everything is fine with you. So you can just say надеюсь все хорошо. Hope everything is fine, or hope у тебя все хорошо. Hope that everything is fine on your end. So you've got to put the comma there. Description within a sentence. So what do I mean by description within a sentence? Here's an example. The sentence is, I have a book that can help you. Okay, so the descriptor is that can help you. This guy right here. So it describes the book, right? So if there's a better way to name this or an easier way to name this, let me know. But that is what I'm talking about. So in Russian, this sentence would sound like this. У меня есть книга, которая тебе может помочь. As you have probably guessed by now, there is going to be a comma that you need to place right after the thing that you're describing. So, книга, которая тебе может помочь. The comma goes right after the thing that is being described and before the descriptor. Number 4, because. So this one, I know that in English, you sometimes have to put a comma, sometimes you don't, depending on how long the sentence is. But in Russian, you don't have a choice. You have to. So in a sentence like this in English, I came to you because I need help. You don't really need a comma. And in Russian, this sentence is Я пришел к тебе, потому что мне нужна помощь. So where is the because in this sentence? It is here, потому что. So in Russian, you have to introduce that clause, that because, by writing a comma here. When we deal with salutations or addressing somebody, so hi Bob, we don't really put commas. Sometimes I know people put commas when they address a person because it's evocative, and you technically speaking have to. But I've been noticing in email and maybe informal settings where people don't put commas, and it's becoming sort of accepted. Well, again, in Russian, you don't have a choice. So you have to write привет and then comma and then Bob. You must write that comma because you are addressing this person, and by virtue of that, you must have that comma there. This is the last example that I have for you, and it's whenever we use please in a sentence. The first one has please at the beginning of the sentence, the second one has please at the end, and the third one has it in the middle. So, please tell me what time it is. If that's what you're saying in Russian, you would say пожалуйста, скажи мне, который час. So like in previous cases, you would have to write a comma here. In English, I know that it's not really required to write it in this case. It just depends on how much you want to emphasize the fact that you are asking for a favor. So you could write the comma in English, but if you don't, then it's not wrong. And the second one, tell me what time it is. You would have to say скажи мне, который час, пожалуйста. You've probably guessed it. Put a comma to isolate please, and kind of falls under the same exact pattern here. All right, the third example here is, can you please tell me what time it is? And one way to say this in Russian is as follows. Скажи мне, пожалуйста, который час? Because this is the word please, пожалуйста, in the middle of the sentence, you have to put two commas around it. And that is it.
If you've made it this far in the video, you're a real champion. Thanks a lot for watching it. Please share it, comment on it, give me any feedback you have. And of course, please subscribe to the channel because that helps me a ton. One more thing, I will leave a link to a playlist that has more videos about Russian language specifically. So if you're interested in this topic, then go ahead and check it out. Enjoy.